From the Opepco Studios in Oklahoma City, this is an OSU update with Kyle Fredrickson. I'm Jenny Carlson. Kyle, lots of buzz after that opener about the Cowboy defense, and lots of buzz about the defensive line. I think Emmanuel Ogbah's play alone would have people buzzing. Right. But let's not forget there were some other guys out there, and you saw some of that great play that wasn't just on the defensive line.
Right, and I think when you look back at the tape, it gives you a little bit of a better picture of just how well this defense played. And you're right, Emmanuel Ogbah and that defensive line is going to get plenty of credit because of how they're able to chase Jameis Winston around all night. But if you look back at two of those sacks that Ogbah had, they kind of are in the category of coverage sacks. Jameis Winston has time to look downfield. He's looking over his options, and you credit Ogbah with the pursuit, but at the same time, those young cornerbacks and those young defensive backs really held stout for much of the game, and there was a few coverage breaks. Winston made some plays. He's the Heisman winner. It's expected, but I think overall we came away impressed with how these guys were able to handle themselves.
Well, you mentioned that secondary and how young they are, and they are inexperienced. Lots of second, third-year guys back there. But there's also an older guy, Larry Stevens, who's running around, kind of anchoring that group. What about his play impressed you in the opener?
Well, the stats won't really jump out at you. I mean, he's a guy who only had 3 tackles, but he played the majority of snaps. Glenn Spencer said that he wasn't really feeling comfortable with taking out Stevens out of the game based on depth, but he also wants his leadership out there. He's the only senior. And in this case, and something I'll be writing about this week, this was Stevens' first game back in a full year. I mean, this is a guy who got hurt in the opener with a knee injury in the same stadium that they were playing in on Saturday. So he had to kind of overcome those demons and prove a point that he was ready to go out there and play. This is a guy who, by all accounts from his teammates, is a great leader, can also keep it lighthearted. Jordan Stearns, his teammate, said he thinks that he's the funniest guy on the team. So he brings some needed experience and veteran leadership to a group that's untested but otherwise pretty talented.
All right, thanks, Kyle. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.